Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. Manchester United. I mean, fair enough. They are through to the next round of a final this season under Eric Ten Hag. And listen, you win that final, and honestly, two trophies in Eric Ten Hag's first season. It's a dream. Honestly, you stop City from winning the treble. It's in our own hands now to do that. To prevent City from doing the treble, it is in our own hands. Honestly, you can't really ask for too much more. I'm always about the trophies. I'm always about the trophies at the end of the season. You win me the trophies, the silverware, you bring it back home. I'm happy because ultimately that's what we're playing for. That's why we compete in the sport. Not just to partake. Now we're here to win it, especially at a club like Manchester United. But if we're a little bit realistic, I hate to play devil's advocate in a time like this, but you know me, I am not the most positive United fan out there. If not, I'm one of the most negative United fans out there. I always like seeing it for what I think it is. And I think we'd be lying if we think we can, even stand a chance. Never say never. We'll have to shit house our way. Unless City can't always have a bad game. And like I said, never say never. We might turn up for one game throughout the whole season and possibly win it. But if we play like how we have been playing, and we play like how we played against Brighton today, you can kiss that FA Cup trophy goodbye. Because let's be real, for 120 minutes today, that was shit. It was honestly proper shit. And there were some good performances here and there from certain players, but overall, as a team and as a club, it's not good enough, lads. And I think they know that. I think Ten Hag knows it. But obviously, the most important part was just to win this game and go to the final. And the only thing I'd say, and I hate it, like I hate to say this, like I say, I don't want to be negative in a time like this, but I'm going to be. Don't bottle that final. Like, you might lose it fair. If you lose it 1-0, 2-0, it is what it is. City are definitely the better team, and we just gotta try our best. But don't be an embarrassment. There have been so many times we have lost the season where it wasn't just like, oh, unfortunate loss. The lads tried, we could see what they were doing. It was just an unlucky day, one of those days. When we've lost, it has been embarrassing. It has really been embarrassing. And we very much could, in that final, embarrass ourselves. Imagine us conceding 6. I'm just saying, imagine. That could be a reality, or even 4, in a FA Cup final. With your pants down. That is ridiculous. It's something I don't want to envision. But it very much could be the reality unless these lads fix up. And some of them you can't change. If you shit, you shit. It is what it is. But I don't know what Ten Hag's going to have to do. I don't know what these players are going to have to do. But come that final, which I don't even know when it is, I just want to sit there in that match reaction, no matter what happens, and be proud. Honestly. Don't embarrass the fans. Please. Please. That's all I ask. And like today, it very much could have been an embarrassment today because we didn't play well, like I said. Chances created, were there any? Really? I mean, there was a few Bruno chances here and there. Bruno could have squared it once to Martial. That's the best chance I can think of. Dyer made a couple of good saves. Brighton were ultimately still the better team, I thought, in terms of controlling the game, create the chances they created, and just the overall layout of the game. United, they just survived. They survived the penalty shootouts, and I honestly thought, you know what, penalty shootouts, David De Gea is never gonna save a penalty. Never. I've already accepted. My guy let in 12. There's no chance I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt to save a penalty. So I thought, maybe our only chance would be if they missed. And eventually they do miss, and we score our penalty. And credit to Lindelof, credit to all the United players who took penalties because they all scored it, and they were all very good penalties. So credit to the lads. De Gea, I can't say much about you, but I like penalties, God's hands. It's in God's hands, but we get away with it, and I think that's all I can say. We get away with it, and it's sad to say that when we're going to the road to the FA Cup final, it's very negative. It's almost like as if we lost. I think I'm more sad because in my head, and I don't want it to be like this, but in my head, I've already mentally prepared of us getting embarrassed by City in in a final of all things. It's not even like just a league game or anything. It's gonna be in a final, and I just don't want that. So like I say, I apologize. If you guys hate me, I completely understand. I just can't force the positivity around the club, and I don't see a reason to. Like I said, the big reason for me, we have a chance at a trophy. Grab it with both hands, United players. You've done it with the Carabao Cup. Do it again. City are much better team than Newcastle, with all due respect to Newcastle. But just think about that. Think about when you won the Carabao Cup. Think about how much it meant to you guys. This is an even bigger trophy to win, you know? It's not the Premier League, it's not the Champions League of the trophies that we would really like to bring back to Old Trafford, but it's one of the big ones. You know, it's in the treble cabinet, so do your best, United. Do your best. But we'll get there, we'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. Rightfully so. We're in the final of FA Cup, though. Player ratings, let's go. David De Gea. I'll probably give him a 7. I think overall in the game, he kept us in it, kept a clean sheet. There's nothing more I could really ask from David. So yeah, 7. Penalties, just close your eyes and you hope and pray that they miss it, because he ain't saving one. Even when he dived the right way, it's so bad. It's honestly, it's so bad. But like I said, it didn't cost us today. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he was very good. He had that whole wing on lockdown as often as he does. I'll probably give him a 7 as well. Going forward, he was fantastic. The one little run where he cut in from the mid to the width, to the wide area of the pitch and tried to put it across is fantastic. That was the standout part of Aaron Wan-Bissaka's forward game. So I give Aaron Wan-Bissaka a 7. Lindelof, probably man of the match. Scores the match-winning penalty. Overall has a fantastic game. Distribution, so much better. You can see the composure with Lindelof. And I always think this is the case. So Lindelof is a backup centre-back. He's perfect. He's perfect. Because he's still got decent enough quality to pull in a performance. But when he's paired and partnered with Maguire, long day. It's a long day. We see a completely different Lindelof. We see a completely different team with Maguire in it. And what I would say to Ten Hag is Maguire mustn't touch that final. He mustn't even dare touch the final. Because we will get peppered. We will get peppered. But yeah, Victor Lindelof, man of the match, passing good, distribution good, defensive positioning great, tackling good, keeps a clean sheet, give him a 9, scores the winning penalty. Boom. Very high pressure penalty, and well done to him. And well done to the rest of the lads who scored their pens. Luke Shaw. He was a little bit forward, isn't he? It was almost like I didn't even notice he was playing centre back. He was often high up at times, but didn't really cost us. Defensively, he was better than Maguire. I'd probably just give him a 7, I think. Yeah, a good performance. The defense did their job today. They did their job. Delo, give Delo a 7, I guess. He kept the clean sheet. Fair play to the lad. But overall, I think it was just average. He didn't do anything spectacular defensively. He didn't do anything spectacular going forward. But they keep a clean sheet. And as a defensive unit, you'll get an average 7 at least. You always get a +1 for keeping a clean sheet. And this United team, their victories solely lie upon the clean sheets. Those are the big stepping stones for United winning games these days and this season. So always good to see. Casemiro, ooh, penalty was cold. First penalty came up, proper leadership penalty that was. Overall, unfortunate for the booking. It was reckless. Ultimately, probably was a yellow card, but the ref was a twat anyways today. Casemiro passing was okay. It wasn't up to Casemiro's levels. Defensive work, he did his job. Probably give him a 7. I'll give Casemiro a 7. He scored the penalty, so good for him. Eriksen, probably give him a 6. Didn't really notice him. Didn't influence the game whatsoever. So yeah, just an average game. And that seems like Eriksen's, basic rating. Every match reaction I have, it's always a 6 for Eriksen. Bruno, fantastic, honestly. Yeah, even with the unfortunate whatever it is, it looked like he really shouldn't have continued. But he did try and ultimately had to get taken off later on. But when he was playing, he did put in an effort. Going forward, he was very good. I thought decisions on passes also, bar that Martial chance, was pretty good and decent today. Bruno was really good. I give him a 7, yeah. Real leadership performance again today from Bruno, so happy days. Anthony also, again, Anthony, I don't know why they took him off. I don't know why he took Anthony off. Tracking back, he's the best. He's the best. Rashford doesn't track back for shit. Martial, if he goes to the wing, he won't track back for shit. Vegas, he pushes forward and he tries to track back, but it's so slow, you might as well just stand dead on the field. But it was weird. And going forward, he did create a threat. He did cause some problems for them. So it was a weird one. I thought Anthony had a pretty good game. But like I said, nothing too special. So I'll probably just give him a 6. He did the basic average job as a winger for United. Martial, I'll probably just give him a 5. He wasn't involved at all. Didn't really get him into the game much. Didn't see much hold up. Didn't see link up. Didn't see him drop in deep. Distributed forward, didn't really get a chance as well. So yeah, just a 5. Unfortunate on his part, and the team in general just don't create anything for him. Rashid scores the pen. Other than that, he is dog shit. I can't lie. I can't I can't think of any positive from Rashford today. He was genuinely dog shit. Worst player on the pitch today, by far. Worst player on the pitch. We had to carry him throughout the whole game. Didn't influence it whatsoever on the left, on the right, through the middle. Couldn't have an effect on the game. He had one shot from far out, ridiculous, gets saved. It was honestly never going to go in. Probably give Rashford I'll give him a 5 because he scored the pen. I was going to give him a 4, but he scored the pen. I'll give you a 5. I'll be generous. We through to the final. Tax, all those taxes get added on. So there you go. Sabitzer was good. Malaysia was okay. Fred was good. I thought he was good. Sancho, poor, very poor when he came on. Vegas, I prefer not to speak. Don't really want to give them ratings. And ultimately, Eric Ten Hag, tough one. I look at the team that started, right? Let's look at the team that started. Do I blame him for that? Not really. With all the injuries and everything going on, I can't really blame him for the team he selected. So I don't have complaints with it in that regard. The way we played today was shambolic, horrific. Did not work at all. And like I said, we're very fortunate to sit here and be in an FA Cup final. So that's not good on Eric Ten Hag's part. I don't know if he decided. I'm guessing he definitely had a say in the penalty takers. I thought and the manner that went up was good. I think it was about right. Casemiro stepped up first. Good set up the bar with the goal. Everyone who followed was in the right order. I would have thought wouldn't have changed anything like that. Subs were awful. It's a hard one from a manager perspective. I'd give him like a 5, but because we won the game and because we are in the final, I'm just gonna give him a 6. I can't lie. I'm gonna give Eric Ten Hag a 6. Nothing special, to be honest with you. We're in the FA Cup final. Ultimately, if you think about the bigger picture and where we want to be, if I said to you under Qatar and we had a proper team or whatever, which we don't, I'm just hypothetically thinking of the bigger picture and looking forward to what I would hope would be the future. Would a Man United team struggle to beat Brighton in a semi-final to go to the final? It shouldn't happen. Honestly, lads, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. And that can't happen. So yeah, I'm just giving Eric Ten Hag a 6. And we take it from there. The final day. The final. We'll deal with it when we get there. I'm not going to speak about it. I could rant about it now and how I already putting up the white flag. But I refuse. You know how it is with the trophy on the line. You just got to turn up. You got to turn up. Don't get peppered. I beg. Don't get peppered. Don't make me sit here. I will refuse to do it, by the way. Don't make me sit here in a match reaction where we held like 6 or something stupid to sit in the final. Don't make me do it, United. Don't make me do it. But other than that, I hope you have a good weekend. We through to the final. So overall, happy days. Do smash the like on the video. Do subscribe if you are new. And I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye.